Street momentum sustains, but benchmarks remain flat. The Nifty holds strong above the 26,300 mark, with broader indices moving in tandem. IT and oil and gas are the only sectoral laggards, while real estate and PSU banks lead the gains. Big spikes 8%.
HDFC Bank posted steady Q3 growth with advances and deposits rising about 12% year-on-year, though CASA slipped marginally and the loan deposit ratio edged higher. Bajaj Finance delivered a strong operating update with customer additions, loan booking and AUM growth remaining robust.
Q3 updates from BFSI players were largely positive. Mahindra Financial posted sharp disbursements growth with improving asset quality. PSU banks like Bank of Baroda, Bank of India, UCO Bank delivered healthy business sub growth, while Yes Bank and RBL Bank lagged.
Avenue Supermarts reported a mixed Q3 with revenue growth continuing to slow despite steady store additions. Keeping brokerages divided, Marico posted a strong quarter with high 20s revenue growth and margin tailwinds for falling copra prices. Nykaa delivered a solid Q3 led by strong beauty growth, while fashion saw relatively softer revenue momentum.
Value retail players delivered a mixed Q3 show. V2 Retail posted strong revenue growth driven by aggressive store additions, though some store sales stayed weak. V-Mart Retail saw slower growth with a flat SSG. Bazaar Style Retail struggled with a negative SSSG amid festive timing issues. Meanwhile, Cupid fell sharply despite lagging its best ever quarterly performance.
Coal India shares surged after sources said its arm Bharat Coking Coal will launch a 1,300 crore IPO. The issue opens January 9 to 13 with anchor investors bidding on January 8. Coal India plans to sell 10% stake as it looks to unlock value through the listing.
Hello and welcome. You're watching Buy Now, Sell Now. I'm Kavita Thaplia. With me is my colleague Srishti Sharma. And next 1 hour is going to be all about your stock specific queries, because this is the show where we answer all your stock specific queries, be it trading calls or investment strategies you need help for. We have our experts live, and that's a number flashing on your screen. Our WhatsApp number 865-797-4571. You can send across your questions, write down the name of the stock, the price at which you bought it, and whether it's a short term or a long term strategy that you need from our guest. And let's also introduce our guest for the day. We are joined by Jigar Patel and Gaurang Shah, who will be answering your questions live. Hi, morning, and welcome both of you. Jigar, I'll come to you first. A quick tech check. The market is range bound, although sectoral performances is pretty okay. Auto almost up more than 1%. Broader indices, especially small cap, is doing better than the major indices. But then, yes, oil and gas and Nifty service index, if we look at, is marginally low. What's your take on the market movement today so far?
Very good morning, everyone. See, Nifty again, in previous trading session, we saw trendline breakout as well as a triangle breakout as well. So the current price action is trading about 2050 DMA, which is a positive sign. And the angle of the mentioned exponential average is, tilting upwards. So the bias would be definitely on buy on dips kind of strategy. So the major support for today is expected near 26,250. So we can adopt a buy on dip till 26,300 overall, and on higher side 26,550, 600 would be the target for next 2-3 days, and overall stop loss would be placed below 26,100. So overall the major bias will be on buy on dips only, but still in terms of at elevated levels, we assume that we may see profit booking near 26,500 or 26,600 odd levels. In terms of Bank Nifty is slightly overextended when we compare with this Nifty 50. But overall, again, there is a breakout above 59,500 zone. But currently, we are way above that particular level, almost 700 to 800 points. So again, at current levels in Bank Nifty, we would advise to book profit at higher levels and buy near 60,000 levels and keep a stop loss below 59,500 and keep a target of 60,800.
All right, that's the take coming in on both the benchmark indices. So good gains across the market that we are getting to see. But for this, viewers, let's get started and start taking all your stock-related queries. You can connect with us live on the WhatsApp number that will be flashing on the top of your screen throughout the show. Tell us your name, the stock that you have invested in, or you wish to invest afresh, as well as the time horizon. And don't forget to mention your location as well. And we'll try to take as many queries as possible. But let me take the first query. A lot of these queries have started trickling in, and this one is coming from Mohit from Ludhiana, holding 200 shares of Container Corporation at a price of 512 rupees. Gaurang, firstly, good morning. And why don't you guide Mohit on Container Corporation? His time horizon is for the next 3 years. What should he do?
Thank you, Srishti, for having me on the show. Good morning to all the viewers of ET Now, to you, to Kavita, and to Jigar. A small disclosure before I go any further that all recommendations that I'll be sharing on the show this morning are a part of our research team fundamental recommendation from a long-term point of view. My company Geojit or I, we do not have any kind of personal investments, no financial interest, no conflict of interest, but we give advice to our clients on similar lines. They might have their investment interest. So on Container Corp, Srishti, of course, it's a PSU company, as we all know. The problem is the kind of news flows that we've had on and off in terms of divestment, as and when and at what levels. Some time back, there was a news flow that the government is interested in divesting their investment to a great extent, and then the stock rallied. We had coverage some time back on Container Corp. Our prices were in place, our targets were in place rather. And post that, we have removed the coverage because we felt that the stock has a huge overhang in terms of news flow. Though the fact remains that it's got a huge land parcel, it's one of the biggest companies as far as rail container logistic business is concerned. But unfortunately, that does not reflect on the earnings and the earnings translating into the movement on the upper side. I won't give any specific comments because we don't have current coverage. We've removed it. But my sense is that, if there is a stagnancy on any kind of stock related to any sector, I think you should revisit your investment strategy.
Right, so you can revisit. A quick take from Jigar as well on the technical side. Jigar, anything medium term that you might want to recommend?
See, in Container Corporation, current price action is, near the historical level because right from the COVID low till to 2024 Jan, top level of around 940. So current placing is near 61.8% on weekly chart with double bottom and with divergence. So I would definitely, recommend at this current level, I would recommend to add more and keep a stop loss of around 480, and overall upside is seen till 650, 660 within next 2 to 3 months.
All right, so keep a stop loss of 480 and you're recommended to stay invested in this particular stock. But then we have a live viewer connected on the phone call, Mr. Lakshmanan from Bangalore. Hi, sir. Good morning. How are you?
I'm fine. I'm very happy you are giving an opportunity to have a live call.
Thank you so much for sending us your questions and trusting us. You can ask your questions. Our experts can hear you.
My query is, this 3 months I purchased before the split. After the split, the Siemens has come down 45% level down. Siemens is a good company, whether I could continue or I could go for some other switchover.
Sure, sure. All right, Gaurang, do you have this counter on your radar?
Siemens, definitely yes. Long-term point of view, we have a buy call on Siemens. Our targets currently are at somewhere close to about 3,500. Long-term, continue to hold on, and if you get an opportunity sub 3,000 levels, you can continue to add on to it.
All right, so you're recommended to stay invested. Sir, any other question?
No, regarding Bajaj Financial Service, there is no improvement for the past 6 months. Whereas Bajaj is doing better.
Okay. So what's your buy price and what's the time duration till when you want to hold on to this stock?
Bajaj Financial Services, 892 I purchased. Now only around 3% improved, 982.
Okay.
No, this Bajaj Financial Services 1985. Now it is 2031.
Sure. You want a 2 months time horizon?
Within 6 months, it is only
Sure.
around 2 to 3% improvement.
All right, let's take a short-term call, Jigar.
See, in Bajaj Finserv, again, the price action is, showcasing sideways movement right from 2100 odd levels till 2000 zone. So I would suggest to, as of now, hold, because if he wants to keep a stop loss or trailing stop loss of around below 1990, because the fresh momentum of buy will only start about 2065 on daily closing basis. So as of now, I would recommend to hold and keep a trailing stop loss of below 2000 levels.
All right, so that's the take coming in on Bajaj Group of Counters. But Jigar, let me come to you for the next query, and this one is coming in on IOC, wherein Ravi from Vijayawada is holding 1,000 shares, buy price is 164 rupees. He wants technical view and any targets for the next 2 months that he can look forward to.
See, currently IOC is well placed and currently trading about 20 and 50 DMA. So since last 3-4 sessions, the trading has been range bound from 169 till 165 odd levels. So as of now, I would recommend hold and keep a stop loss of exactly 163 on daily closing basis, and upside is expected somewhere near 175, 178.
All right, so that's a target, 175, 178 on IOC, that's recommended. Gaurang, this is a long-term question on Crompton and Greaves. This is by Anil from Noida, and he's holding 1,000 number of Crompton Greaves. Average price is almost 300, and he's a long-term investor. He did not get a chance to book profit at 350, but now what's the time duration for which you might recommend him to hold on to this?
Kavita, I hope this is regarding Crompton Greaves Consumer
Right,
Electricals
it is.
Limited.
It is.
And, one thing I always recommend to investor is that you should keep your greed limited or away when it comes to stock market returns. When your greed comes into the picture, then even your profitable investments or short-term, medium-term trades turn into negative if you are not disciplined to book profits. Having said that, I think the stock is trading at somewhere close to about 255, 256 currently. He bought in at 300 levels, if I heard that right, Kavita. Not at current levels, or maybe he's got a little bit of elevated risk appetite. Then even at current levels, if he's got investable amount from a long-term point of view, my advice would be to average some at current levels, and maybe if you get a dip further, you can add a little bit more, bring down your acquisition cost. We have a buy recommendation from a long-term point of view on Crompton Greaves, but I would again repeat, keep your greed aside when it comes to stock market returns.
All right, that's the take coming in on Crompton Greaves. Let's watch out for that. But with this, we also have a live caller with us now. Joining on the phone line is Mr. Dilip from Mumbai. Hi, Dilip. Morning, and please go on and ask your query.
Yeah, thank you. I am I'm investing 5,000 bail before 6 years, 1126.
All right.
Hello.
Yes, we can hear you, but can you just repeat your query?
I have 5,000 bail, 1126, 11.26 rupees. And this is 6 years, Corona time.
Oh, I
I
see.
buy. Yeah.
All right. So you're already sitting at quite an handsome profit. BHEL, that is his stock, and Gaurang, it's one of those golden times where he has actually gone ahead and made those purchases at lower level, and well, of course, very good gains that he's still holding on to. But what's the outlook going ahead, specifically with respect to BHEL? What should he do?
Well, I think he should just sit back, relax, and enjoy, to be very honest. When he said the acquisition price, I was a little bit confused because he was talking about 11.11 something. But Mr. Dilip, I believe his name is Dilip, he's bought in at Corona times. And I think that was the time, actually, Srishti, when if you had little bit of elevated risk appetite, and if you had actually ventured out and invested into the Indian stock markets, you would be laughing your way to the bank with the kind of profits. And look at this example, 5,000 shares of BHEL at 11 point something, the investor has mentioned. I don't think he's got any reason to worry. We have a positive coverage on BHEL. It happens to be a government PSU company engaged into capital goods, electrical equipment products, and a little bit of contribution to defense as well, along with Indian Railways. I don't think he's got any, unless he needs money, then he can possibly do a little bit of, shifting or whatever he feels appropriate. But if he's not in need of money, and if he's got time by his side and the acquisition price that he's got 5,000 shares, I think he should continue to hold on.
All right, continue to hold on, Mr. Dilip. That's the call coming in. And yes, of course, even I couldn't believe your buy price. That's why I checked it up again. And it's over 1,200% returns is what he has got, especially in the last 5 years. So outlook is strong. The company is doing very well. Hold on to your strong investment made in BHEL. But with this, viewers, it's time now to slip into a very short break. Don't go anywhere. Lots more queries to be taken on the other side.
Welcome back. You're watching Buy Now, Sell Now, and we are answering your stock-specific questions. We are joined by Gaurang Shah and Jugar Patel, our guest on the show today. And let's also get connected with our live viewer. This is Mr. Pradeep from Kerala. Hi, good morning, sir.
Hello, good morning.
Hi, you can ask your question.
I wanted to know the prospect of Surma. Yes.
Sure.
I entered it at a level of around 800 at a long-term view. Right now, I'm sitting on a loss. Assets floating around, I think, around 740
Right.
levels.
Right.
So I'd like.
So you want a long-term view, is that right?
Right.
Okay. Gaurang, I'll come to you for that.
Kavita, I'm sorry, I might disappoint Mr. Pradeep because we don't have coverage on either of these companies. I'm sorry
Got
about
it.
this.
All right, so let's get a tech check and let's also understand the trajectory in terms of charts. Jigar, what can you highlight?
Can you repeat the stock name?
Sirma.
Sirma.
Yeah.
See, in Sirma, the kind of structure we are currently looking at is a consolidation phase around 700 till 740 odd levels. But overall, there is a definitely bull divergence. So I would suggest him to add more at this particular level because even a trendline breakout is seen. And if we look at the VWAP is currently VWAP of weekly scale is currently looking bullish, and the price action is also currently above this VWAP of weekly scale. So I would suggest him to add more at this particular level and keeping a stop loss of around below 700 mark, and the upside is seen till 800, 790 levels within next 2 or 3 months odd levels.
All right, so that's the take
And
coming. Yes, all right. So that's the take coming in on Sirma SGS. Do watch out for that, and that's the take given by Jigar. But let me get back to all your WhatsApp queries then. And the next query that I have is coming in from Krish. And Gaurang, this query is specifically for you to have your take on Cummins India. He's holding 20 shares, buy prices 4,325 rupees. Your view for the long term here, Gaurang?
Well, so, unfortunately, the stock is under review right now, Shristi, so I'll have to restrict my comments, but we had a coverage earlier. Whenever the stock goes under review by our research department, I'll have to hold on. There is some restrictions that I'll have to follow. But it happens to be, I can only say that it happens to be one of the strongest companies in the cap goods engineering diversified space. Likely to do well because our expectation, Shristi, about the entire cap goods engineering space is that slowly and steadily, I think the capex is going to pick up, which will be a growth driver for all the cap goods engineering company. And it has got a strong record in the past in terms of performance.
So that's the fundamental take on Cummins India. But Jigar, if you can talk to us with some levels on Cummins India, what should the viewer do in this?
See, in Cummins India, currently since last 3 to 4 days, we have been witnessing, exhaustion at higher levels around 4,500, zone. Even today, we saw VIX selling right from the top at that particular level, and currently the price action is below weekly pivots. So I would suggest to book partial profit at least 30 to 40% and wait for a dip till 4,400. And at that particular level, there is a huge support of previous breakout zone. So I would suggest currently booking 30 to 40% and add some more somewhere near 4400 and wait for a breakout of around 4,700 mark.
All right, wait for the breakout at around 4,700 mark. Let's move on. We have Mr. Subrata Mukherjee from Kolkata also on the phone line with us. Hi, sir. Good morning.
Good morning. My question is specific on Glaxopharm and ITC.
Okay.
I would like to add more shares on Glaxopharm and ITC as a long-term investor. And as a long-term investor, I'm a great fan of Mr. Gaurang Shah.
Okay. Sure.
I need his advice specifically.
Sure, definitely. Gaurang.
Thank you, sir, for all the kind words. Always a pleasure to get this kind of feedback from viewers. It's really positive and it drives us on this, words that you've used, the praises that you've used. Thank you so much. First of all, on the ITC, well, the stock has been in the reasons for all the wrong reasons, rather, because of the implementation of excise duty effective 1st of Feb 2026. There is a chance that short to medium term tobacco products and cigarette manufacturing companies like ITC, Godfrey Phillip, and VST Industries could be under pressure. Impact of the price hike, on the top line and bottom line, effectively will be much larger for companies like Godfrey Phillips and VST Industries because they are purely into this tobacco products and cigarettes. For ITC, along with this tobacco products and cigarette business, they've got other businesses also. One of the businesses they recently hived off and listed as a separate entity, that is ITC Hotels. We have a positive coverage. We have a buy recommendation from a long-term point of view. Short to medium term, there is possibility that there could be a lot of volatility, but hold on to it. On Glaxo Pharma, well, unfortunately, the coverage is not there, so I won't give any specifics. But in the entire pharmaceutical universe, Kavita, this happens to be a great challenger. This company has got very strong power brands, as we call it, and the presence of these brands on the shelf, off the shelf, and the market share is quite huge. This one also has a history of performance. I won't be able to give specific buy, sell, and hold because we don't have coverage currently.
All right, Gaurang, any specific take as per the charts? Trigger?
See, in Glaxo Pharma, currently the price action is negative. Lower low, higher low structures are in place, but overall there is a breakout level of 2650. So unless until we are not closing above that particular level, so I would recommend as of now wait and watch. If price action closes above 2650, then only we may go and buy fresh buy and take a target of around 2800, 2900 and stop loss of below 2500 on daily closing basis.
All right, so that's the take coming in on GSK Pharma. That's one of the MNCs within the pharma space. We had the fundamental as well as technical view coming in on that. But the next query that I have from the WhatsApp query is coming in from Pratiksha from Muscat. And Jigar, let me come to you for this query. One of her holdings is Sona BLW. Where she is having a loss of 7%, and the other one is Electra Green Tech. Here too, she is having a loss of 10%. She can hold both of these counters for 12 months or more. Any target price she should look forward to, and what should be the overall strategy in both of these? And specifically on Electra Green Tech, we also have a viewer named Bipul from Delhi who has asked a similar question. So I think that will help both of them. Your take, Jigar.
See, as of now in Sona BLW, currently the price action is, in a corrective mode. But recently, since last 3-4 days, there has been a good support seen at 475. So at current levels, I would recommend a buy and keep a stop loss of below 470. And the bounce and the target is expected somewhere near 520 in Sona BLW. Whereas in Electra Green Tech, the structure is looking sort of reversal is sort of structure is formed. Inverse head and shoulder sort of structure is seen on daily chart, and there is a definitely a bull divergence with almost extended bottom, triple bottoms, and previous couple of swing highs has been taken out. So I would recommend a buy in Olectra Green Track as well with current levels, and stop loss would be placed below 1150, and the overall upside is seen till 1400.
All right, so that's the take on Sona as well as Electra Green Tech. But Jigar, Bipul also has one more query on JBM Auto from this similar space as Electra, where he's holding 500 shares. He didn't share the buy price, but he can continue holding it maybe for the 5 to 10 years. That's a very long period to really understand about where the fundamentals go. But what is your sense on the long-term charts?
See, currently price action is looking positive, but overall, if we look at since last 10 to 8 days, the 24% almost we have seen right from the bottom of around 540 till 670 zone. So we might see some short-term pullback till 610, 600 odd levels. So I would recommend to buy at that particular level and keep holding as of now.
Pullback at the level of 610, that's possible. All right, with that, it's time for a short break, but then post that we are getting connected with our viewers. Just in case you haven't yet sent across your questions, do that now on our WhatsApp number. Welcome back. You're watching Buy Now, Sell Now, and we are answering your stock-specific questions. Jigar Patel, Gaurang Shah, live guest with us today. And let's take a WhatsApp question. This is from Pawan. Pawan from Port Blair, Andaman. And I'll come to you, Gaurang, just in case you have it in your coverage. He's holding Grow at 158, assuming it's a long-term buy for him.
So this is a long-distance investments query from Andaman.
Absolutely.
Let me give an outlook on the sector that is the Indian capital markets, Kavita. Grow we do not cover, so we don't have coverage. But I think what our view on the Indian capital markets might help the caller and the investor. So we are of the opinion at Geojit Investments that the Indian capital market is going to grow for the next 3 to 5 years or maybe more, and that run rate could be anywhere between 12 to 15% approximately, plus minus 1 or 2% on the index, that is Sensex and Nifty. Stock specific, sector specific, you will see better returns. With this view, if you decide after understanding and evaluating the possibilities of pros and cons, and if you eventually decide to the stocks related to the Indian capital markets, they will also perform well because they are dependent on the performance of the Indian stock markets. The only thing is which company you pick and choose in terms of your investment theme. So as a disclosure, we like this particular sector, Indian capital markets. We are positive on a company called CAMS, Computer Age Management Services. But our view is also that though this is not a recommendation, Kavita, but platform provider like BSE will do well. We'll have possibly, if everything goes well, approval falls in place, then NSE IPO will hit the street. Services provider like CAMS, NSDL, CDSL will do well. Intermediary companies, which also are equally, contributing to the growth of Indian capital markets, all these companies will do well.
All right, Jigar, a quick take from you.
In terms of growth, the kind of structure we are witnessing is continuously. There is a weakness right from the top of 175. Currently, 153 is the price action. So I would recommend keeping a stop loss of below 150 because this is a very major support on weekly pivots. And a close below 150 can take the counter till 140, 135 odd soon. But overall, as of now, there is no buying recommendation.
All right, that's the take coming in on Grow. It must be very limited data since the stock got listed just recently. But let me take the next query then, and this one is coming in from Nikhil Sharma from Mumbai. And Jigar, he wants a view on Axis Bank. He's been holding shares at a price of 1,290 rupees. He's looking out for a target of 1,385. Is that a reasonable one?
See, currently, if we look at Axis Bank, again, there was a top near 1300 level odd levels, and currently the price action is trading near that particular zone. So I would suggest him to, try to book partial profit around 1300, 1310 levels and wait for a weekly close above 1310 and then take a fresh buy and take a target of 1380.
Let's move on, and this is a question from our regular viewer Ignatius from Kolkata, and he can hold Bank of Maharashtra for 2 years, Gaurang, and 613 stocks at 60, been holding for almost 6 months. Any recommendation?
So, Kavita, I think the entire BFSI segment has been upbeat over the last couple of quarters, not only on fallback of business outlook, but also on the performance post that business outlook as far as the earnings is concerned. Now, Bank of Maharashtra, I believe it is also known as Maharashtra Bank, if I'm not mistaken. So on Maharashtra Bank, we have coverage on the buy side from a long-term point of view. I could not get the level of investment, but I believe could be at a lower level if I'm not mistaken. Long-term, continue to hold on, and if you get a dip sub 60, closer to 55, you can even add on to it.
All right, so that's the take coming in on Bank of Maharashtra. But the next query is coming in from Sushila, and she has a query on Adani Power. Jigar, she is holding more than 5,000 shares in her portfolio at a price of 155 rupees. She wants a target that she should look forward to when it comes to Adani Power.
See, the price action is turning around from bearish to bullish. There is a divergence also on daily chart. So even the price action is above VWAP on weekly basis. I would recommend adding at particular level at this current market price action of around 145, 146 odd levels, keeping a stop loss of below 140, and the target is expected around 165, 168 within next 3 to 4 months.
All right. Jigar, one more query coming in for you. This is Mr. Thomas Varghese and SW Solar, 100 shares at 231. What would be a short to medium term outlook?
See, currently the price action is sideways, so there is no clear-cut direction, but there is definitely a resistance of 230. So closing above 230 can change the direction from bearish to bullish. So I would recommend adding more above 230 and keeping a stop loss of around 215 on daily closing basis.
All right, so that's the take coming in on Adani Power as well as the other counter that was SW Solar. But the next query that I have is coming in from Ramesh from Chennai. Gaurang, PFC is his stock that he wants to know about. Is that a hold or sell? He's having almost a 1 year view on this one. He didn't share at what price he is already having the stock or he's looking to invest afresh. But overall, how do you see the stock moving?
So, Shrishti, look, the entire power sector looks quite encouraging in terms of long-term investment. Now, I don't know about 1 year, and unfortunately, we don't have coverage on Power Finance Corporation. But the reason why we are upbeat is because of the government policy of additional power generating capacities coming up. With that in mind, you will see focus on power generation, power plant project financiers like Power Finance Corporation or IREDA. This is not a recommendation. I'm just referring to the companies. And you will also see positivities on power transmission and distribution companies like you have, for example, Power Grid Corporation, on which, of course, we have a positive coverage. The problem is that companies like PFC and REC performed quite well in the years gone by, that is 23, 24. 25 was the year when we saw a sideways movement for both these companies. So long term, the outlook for the sector looks quite positive. Unfortunately, for 1 year, since we don't have coverage and I have no clue, I won't be in a position to give specific whether to buy, sell and hold.
Those were some of the factors that are at play for the power finances. But Jigar, what do you think of PFC? Because of late, I believe that these stocks have been showing momentum after that beaten down period. But do you believe it's a good buy?
See, definitely the structure has been changed from bearish to bullish, but there has been a short-term volatility seen in the counter right from this 335 levels till 380 levels. So I would recommend buy on dips till 365, 360 zone and keep a stop loss of below 330. And overall, the outlook is very good. The target we can expect at least 420, 430 by 2 to 3 months down the line.
430 as targets 2 to 3 months down the line, and 360 365 is the level that you need to keep a watch on. But then yes, time for a short break, and post that also we'll be continuing our viewer queries session.
Fly Emirates, fly better.
माही भाई, कोई कूल बैंक बताओ ना जो कस्टमर के साथ हर कंडीशन में हो।
फिर तो एसबीआई कूलेस्ट है। हाँ? 50 डिग्री में, -40 डिग्री में, घने जंगलों में, भूकंप वाले टापू में भी हर कंडीशन में कस्टमर के साथ है।
Really cool.
एसबीआई, the banker to every Indian. Truly.
In association with SBI, the banker to every Indian, truly.
2026, take notes. Manifesting for my little Miss Sunshine, tickles and giggles. Also want to be a biker chick this time. And dear 2026, only love for my people and myself to manifest my best life. Nature's cosmic energy.
Now mine, natural diamond intention pendants.
GCCs are also contributing to about 54% of your portfolio. Just help me understand, how are GCCs, driving this demand, and which sectors particularly are powering this growth?
GCCs today around 40% of the leasing in the country is GCCs. There are around 1,950 GCCs in the country who occupy around 290 million square feet. This 290 million square feet over the next 4-5 years is expected to go to around 550 million square feet.
What are your expectations from the upcoming budget? And also, what are some of the policy reforms, is the industry asking for right now?
Maybe banks could be allowed to lend directly to the REITs. That's something we could look at. Secondly, increasing the overall quantum of investments, the limits which mutual funds have, which insurance companies have. If those limits can be increased, I think that'll be great.
Presented by IDFC First Bank, always you first.
पैसा लगाना है तो सेंचुरी प्लाई क्लब प्राइम पे लगाओ, डूबेगा नहीं, जलेगा भी नहीं, कोई खा नहीं जाएगा, धोखा नहीं देगा, ऊपर नीचे भी नहीं होगा, सेफ रहेगा, सिक्योर्ड, मिनिमम 30 साल का रिटर्न देगा। अब इससे बेटर इन्वेस्टमेंट है तो बताओ, सेंचुरी प्लाई क्लब प्राइम, रहो बेफिक्र।
Welcome back. You're watching Buy Now, Sell Now, and we are answering your stock-related questions. Jugal Patel and Gaurang Shah are guests live with us connected. Let's move on. And Jugal, I'll come to you. This is a question from Mr. Balakrishna Hegre from Karnataka, and it's a short-term query on Aarti Industries, 300 quantity at 365 and 300 Shilpa Medicals at 318. The target for 3 months with a stop loss, he wants to know.
See, currently Aarti Industries, again, there has been a short-term up move, but overall the price action is sideways only. But overall, in terms of weekly chart, if we look at the major pivot resistance is 390. So I would suggest as of now to add more at this current level, because there has been a bull divergence as well around lower levels, and keeping a stop loss of below 345, and overall target would be 435, 440 odd zones. In terms of Shilpa Medicare, Shilpa, Medicare, overall the structure is again very oversold. We may see a short-term bounce because the support is expected near 310, 320 odd levels, and price action is exactly at that particular level. And there has been a consolidation since last 3-4 days. So I would suggest him to buy at this level and keep a stop loss of around below 300 levels. And the target would be somewhere near 375, 360 odd zones.
All right, that's the take coming in on Shilpa Medicare. The next query that I have is coming in from Prabjot from Gurugram, and Gaurang, wants a view on Vedanta off late. The metal pack and Vedanta, of course, has been in focus after that demerger announcement. Prabjot is holding 1,000 shares. Buy price is 621 rupees. Good to hold for the next 2 to 3 years.
Absolutely good to hold. And I think once the approval, Shrishti, has been put in place by NCLT, I think all the concerns or overhang on the counter has now become a thing of the past. They've gone in the rear view mirror. Value unlocking via separate entities is definitely something that we are looking forward to. And I think now Vedanta has become a diversified natural resource company. Long term, continue to hold on.
All right, Gaurang, I'll again come to you. This is a long-term query, almost 1 year time to hold. This is HDB Financial. 823 is the buy price, and ever since Umesh Gupta is asking this question, by the way. So ever since he's bought, he's not able to book any profits. So he's ready to hold it for a year's time. But then any specific targets? Is it there under your coverage?
Oh, Kavita, it is on the buy side, HDB Financials. There's a lot of excitement if you recollect, Kavita, because it comes from a corporate house which has not come out with a IPO for a long time. We had covered it during the IPO also, and post IPO, I think we have a standalone coverage with a target of 870 on HDB Financial. And as I was mentioning, Kavita, I think the entire BFSI segment looks very, very exciting. The only problem is some may outperform, some may take time to perform, purely depending upon the earnings, etc., etc. But from a long-term point of view, to collect, hold on to it, closer to 725. If you have investable amount, you can add also.
All right, so that's the take coming in on HDB Financials. Let's watch out for this counter as well. But the next query that I have is coming in on Poly Medicure and Jigar. What are your thoughts on this particular stock, wherein Subi Reddy is holding 175 shares, but his buy price is 2,100 rupees. What to do in this counter? Is that a sell or hold?
See, currently the price action is again at the support, and the support is from to 2024 January, and the price action is somewhere near 1700, 50 levels. So I would suggest him to keep a stop loss of below 1650. If it is closing below this particular level, then we may see a further drop till 1500, 1550 approximate levels. But in case it doesn't close and closes above this 1800 mark, then we may see some short-term bounce till 2000 levels, and I would recommend him to exit at that particular level.
Right, so that's the exit strategy as far as Poly Medicure is concerned. But then, Jigar, I'll come to you once again. This is Angad from Indore asking a short-term buy call on Hindalco. Is it the right time? We'll also look at a long-term investment from Gaurang. But then, Jigar, what's your recommendation?
See, again, in metal sector, we have seen a tremendous, upside since last almost 1.5 months or even more than that. But overall, Hindalco is looking overstretched as of now. So I would recommend to avoid this counter and wait and watch for a pullback in 870, 880 levels.
Gaurang, your specific pick in this sector for long term?
Sorry, Kavita, I couldn't hear you. Can you please repeat your question?
Metal sector. The question was for Hindalco short term, but then any specific recommendation from your side?
So Hindalco is on the positive coverage, Kavita, and I think it's been after a prolonged period that we are seeing a sustained move on the entire metal stack, whether it is ferrous or non-ferrous. Hindalco, we discussed about Vedanta, Tata Steel, JSW Steel, Jindal Steel, Nalco, NMDC. These are some of the names on which our fundamental research team has a coverage on the positive side. My only request, Kavita, to the viewers or investor is eventually if they decide to invest in the metal, ferrous, non-ferrous, whichever be it, have 2.5 year plus kind of time horizon.
All right, so that's the take coming in on the metal pack. Those were some topics that Jigar as well as Gaurang did share with our viewers. But with this, Jigar and Gaurang, thank you so much for taking the time out and helping our viewers resolve their stock